What the fuck is up, gamers? Welcome to Elite Full Restore Sword and Shield Roundtable Discussion. Unedited XXX.
Too hot for TV.
It's too hot for TV. My name's Matt.
My name's Stephanie.
I'm Max.
We'll probably have some other people dropping in and out throughout the episode, maybe. Or maybe it'll just be us three and possibly Weedlord Vegeta later. We'll see what happens. We're just talking everything about Sword and Shield. The game comes out here in like 5 hours, and I hope to have this up prior to that because I'm literally just going to like throw it through a leveler and upload it.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it.
Absolutely no editing whatsoever. Maybe some delete silence. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe not even. I mean, who cares?
So, okay, first up, everyone. Dexit. The greatest betrayal known to mankind?
No.
It's certainly a term I see far too often.
Yeah.
As I said on the HKIP episode that we'll actually end up posting after this, Dexit is possibly stupider than Brexit, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah. Pokemon fans, as always, setting new bars.
Yeah, so there's like a hashtag going around about Game Freak lying because of like one comment about making new models for the game that, as far as I can tell, was probably just taken out of context.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it must have been like, a poor translation of an interview or, in no way is that what they actually said. Yeah,
there's no way, because like they explicitly made some future-proof models. Weedlord Vegeta is here.
Hello, hi.
We're just talking about how Dexit is the greatest betrayal ever known to mankind.
Top 10 anime betrayals, basically.
Truly.
I'm 7 minutes away from giving you live reactions on the game.
Oh, hell yes.
So,
I have that European privilege.
I have decided that I will pick whichever starter the panel here decides is right for me. So,
dang. Okay, well, I'm Grookey Gang.
I'm Team Score Bunny. I was 100% Sobble like 6 months ago, and I was like, Grookey's also pretty cool too. Score Bunny is like fine. He's not bad. I don't dislike him, but I just was like almost 100% sure I was not picking Score Bunny. And then I saw the leaks, and I was like, I'm fucking picking Score Bunny. I'm fucking jazzed. I'm fucking Raboot,
baby,
my son.
He got a pouch.
He's got a pouch. He has a built-in skin hoodie pouch. I love him so much.
I just want to congratulate the Sobble Final Tier Evolution for their new job at Polygon. I'm looking forward to their Manual content.
So when I saw Sobble's Final Evolution for the first time, my very first thought was, I want this twink obliterated. And then my second thought was, fuck them skinny bitches in the club. And then my third thought was, okay, you know what? It's fine. I do like it, but I just like it a lot less than the other two. Someone
did say that it looks like a Scaly's Rant Sona, and I posted a picture in the chat of what this looks like.
It's a good picture.
It is in Celion.
Yeah.
It is. To me, it's in Celion. Can I offer my very hot take, which I think will fit in right here? Perfect. Amongst the hot takes on Elite Full Restore. I'm going to get up close to the mic on this one. I don't care about starter Pokemon.
You're so valid.
Yeah, I'm silently applauding your bravery.
Yeah, how could you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like once I get like a maybe 2/3 the way through the game, I'm probably going to ditch Cinderace. And because the thing is, I really want to have Centiskorch. So like, I don't need 2 fire types. So I'm probably just going to ditch him. But we'll see.
Let's talk about how Centiskorch is just like a series of griddles.
It's a radiator.
He's good.
This is Bird Gang generation to me. To me, it's birds.
I fell in love with Cramorant like the very first time.
Oh my god,
they
he's
showed
so
it off.
dumb.
And only until did I see the full Pokedex leak was he overtaken as my favorite of the generation. He's just a big doofy bird who has Big Gulp.
Yeah, but did you see the model of it with the Pikachu in the mouth?
I like to see that. I very much do like to see Pika Mouth.
Okay, can I take your Cramorant and raise you a different bird, which is Ice Cube? So this is controversial, I think, because I honestly thought that people were going to love Ice Cube, but it seems...
Everyone hates it.
Everyone hates
Ice Cube.
I fucking love Ice Cube. So I love penguins. It's no Piplup, but nothing is going to be Piplup. But can we just talk about how fucking good Noise Face is? Noise Face form.
First of all, noiseface.xyz.
Yeah. And it once it loses its ice, it has 130 base speed. It's fast penguin.
Okay, so I have 2 saved Twitter searches. You know how you can save a search term and look it up whenever you want? So one is McElroy Dab, and the other is Cramorant.
Yes! It's really good.
It's the Cramorant fan art is maybe the most I've ever identified with, like, just the innate anxiety that everyone 35 and under has, apparently.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Frank Grimes episode of The Simpsons, where Homer's just like shoveling back donuts, and Grimes is just like, oh, he's eating like a pig. And then Lenny says, well, pigs tend to chew. I'd say he eats more like a duck. And then he's just going,
Yeah.
And that's what Cramorant is to me.
What Pokemon would we like to see Cramorant eat next?
Spheal.
Oh my god, yeah. I want to see him shoot Spheal like a fucking bullet.
Like a musket ball.
Like a cannon.
Oh man.
Spheal is such a good... Spheal is maybe the most criminally forgotten Pokemon of all time.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, round.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah.
He's perfectly round. I love him.
Spheal is shaped like a friend.
Yeah, okay. One thing that, like, a lot of people who are, like, you know, Dexit complaining are, like, just complaining about the Pokedex, but I feel like it's, like, less complained about than anything, or, like, the new Mons. People generally seem to like them.
Yeah.
Which I think is just nice.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, the major complaint back in, like, you know, early 2010s when Black and White came out was like, oh, they're running out of designs, like, you know, they have no inspiration anymore as an ice cream Pokemon, as a garbage Pokemon. But, like, you really don't see a lot of that now, because I think people have realized that, like, they kind of have to get wacky and weird with it, and they're, like, at the top of their game still doing that.
Yeah, like Cramorant, who we've spent the last 5 minutes talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite generation since Unova in terms of new Pokemon. And last gen had Mimikyu and Cutiefly. Like, this gen just has some really good shit in it.
Like, can we just talk about Snom for a moment?
Snom!
Can we talk about Flapple?
Yes!
Like, Snom, Flapple, like, whatever the previous... What is the previous Prevo of Centiskorch?
Oh,
Sizzlipede.
Sizzlipede with his little, like, angry eyebrows and mustache fire. Like, just, there's so many...
This is a bug gen.
Yeah, and you're a resident bug friend, Max.
Yes.
So this is just catering right to you. And I love, like, the bugs this gen are so good. I like, do I have Frostmoth or Centiskorch or both? Probably both.
My answer is all 3 bugs. Like, it has to be.
Every time a new bug shows up, something else gets kicked off the team.
Like,
I mean, I'm going to have the
generation.
most wildly unbalanced teams, but, like, doesn't matter, bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought back Durant. Durant
gets first impression.
Kevin?
Also, yeah, first of all, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm excited that there's, you know, more things that get first impression now. That's kind of...
Like Flygon.
Yeah, and not just something that's fucking scared and runs away right away.
Yeah.
So
hang on, folks.
Yeah.
Happy Shield minute.
Happy Shield minute. What version are you guys getting? I'm getting Sword. Matt's getting Shield.
I'm Shield.
Are you both Shield?
Yeah, this is Shield Gang here.
This is Shield Gang.
I'm Sword Gang.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
it's not letting me play it just yet. Apparently, it might need a couple minutes to to
Unlock the keys.
To unlock the keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
so I'm a poison liker. Is me.
Poison is my favorite type. So
It's an extremely good
good.
type.
Poison. Shoutouts to the Sun and Moon manga, where Moon is portrayed as like a poison type trainer specifically.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Her whole thing is that she wants to be a Pokemon like herbologist and like apothecary almost. And so
I love how much character the
Pokemon Adventures.
just like the Pokemon Adventures gives to the player characters.
You need to let me on for a special Pokemon special episode because it's truly incredible.
Can we talk about how Yellow is my daughter then?
Oh,
And I love her.
Can we talk about how Diamond is the only good straight boy to ever live?
And then there's Rosa and God, who is the name
Nate?
for him even? Nate?
Nate.
How they went so weird with that one.
One of these
Rosa's
days, that
12
manga
years
will be
old and a
finished.
secret member of Team Plasma.
Remember Emerald?
Yeah.
I don't like to.
He looks real bad.
Black and White 2 just came off hiatus last week.
Oh my God.
It's back. Like they're actually like trying to finish it.
I never thought that these things would have been like separate and it wouldn't just be like a continuous like stream.
Yeah, it's just one guy doing Black and White 2 kind of.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about was like a relatively recent revelation that Game Freak did not talk about at all prior to the release of the games, which is the fact that they cut like 140 moves.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been,
but I'm different.
it would have been smart just to say that they wanted to like foster a different competitive environment and say that they were going to do this, and that's also like one of their reasons for the whole cutting down the Pokedex stuff. But I feel like Game Freak's communications department or TPC's communications department just isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
Does it exist in the first place?
Does it exist in the first? I don't think so.
No.
Although they made a Lucky Luciano reference on Twitter today.
All is forgiven.
All is forgiven. They are at least aware of a meme.
Yeah, they really don't know what they're doing in terms of communication. Another way that you can see that is because we know literally nothing about Pokemon Home, and the game is out in like half the world right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would
Give
be
me
cool.
some breadcrumbs, please.
Please. Anyway, eat shit, hidden power, rest in piss. I don't care.
Yeah,
Bye
no,
forever.
This means literally nothing to fuck, I forgot his name. This means literally nothing to Big Ultra Beast Trash Gluttony Man. Why did I forget his name? I had him on my team.
Guzzler.
Yes, I had him on my team.
Yeah, because hidden power never exists anyway.
Yeah,
From
it's
this day forward, we live in a Ferrothorn society.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of things get
is now a gender neutral bathroom.
Bye, bitch. A couple of things got Mystical Fire as a tutor move, which is really cool because that move was previously exclusive to Delphox.
Yeah.
And then Miss Drivis and Miss Magius.
So one good Pokemon and one bad Pokemon.
Yeah, sure.
I really appreciate that they're like really doing a job of doling out all of the previously signature moves, just like we mentioned before, first impression, like that used to be fly spot only, but now it's like you get first impression, you get first impression. I like the fact that they're basically expanding move pools by giving Pokemon moves that a lot of people just like would never have even thought there was a possibility.
What's that? Because like
Happy Shield minute for real.
Yes.
Happy.
Can we talk? How do we feel about Surfetched?
I like him.
I like him.
Farfetch'd has become colonialist.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of all of the out of all of the Pokemon from previous gens who have like reimaginings, he's probably my least favorite out of all of them, but that is really just not saying anything though, because I am probably the world's biggest Mr. Mime apologist. So like I am so much more excited about Galarian Mr. Mime, Mr. Rhyme.
I have never hated to look at a Pokemon more than I've looked at Berserker.
You know what? I hear
it's
that
the
so
worst
much.
Pokemon I've ever
Berserker.
seen.
Yeah.
Berserker's
Berserker
bastard.
is something.
I mean, he's a little bastard.
I like an ugly Pokemon sometimes, though.
Yeah, I do truly love things that are ugly and
Alolan
bastard.
Meowth is great.
Yeah.
I love that
Persian is great.
I love that they're just 3 separate little bastard Meowths running around the world now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just going to keep giving us new Meowths, and there's nothing we can fucking do about it.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so one of the other things that people are like, that some people really hate are the fossils. And
They're cowards.
I love all of the fossils so much.
Tyrant good.
Especially
No, like the new ones.
the new fossils. My favorites are Dracozolt and Dracovish. But like I love all 4 of them. I just love that Dracovish is the Homestuck Pokemon.
Folks, do we want sound in the background or not?
I don't really care.
Okay.
But okay, so the thing about the fossils that's particularly great is just because like the fossil record around England is so like steeped with these fucking hybrids that archaeologists made and then tried to justify as real creatures. And the best part is that they completely like kayfabe the fact that these are obviously horrifying hybrids. And their Pokedex entries are like, this Pokemon probably went extinct because it can't breathe properly. And it's like, no, it's because you made a horrifying monster hybrid. It definitely wasn't like this before.
Yeah.
It's so funny. One of my favorite kind of like headcanons is that the Dex entries are actually written by the 10-year-old kids.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and you know, nothing proves that more than these Dex entries. It's like, this little 13-year-old kid running around England is like, this is a real thing and probably died, but that's why it's a fossil now. It's like, well, you're almost there.
I also just like that it's some new type combinations. Well, I mean, both of the type combinations that have been used by the fossils were previously used by Rotom forms and legendaries.
Right.
But like they're new by like the stickler mechanics that I adhere to.
Yeah. Now they're like a real Pokemon, like on its own.
Yeah, there's a lot of new.
So do we know if the Pokemon that the professor with the awful facial hair puts out is randomized? Because I never would have guessed that this is the Pokemon that showed up.
What Pokemon came up when you opened the game?
I am checking right now because I'm not super familiar with the Galar Pokédex yet, but it's the little orange elephant friend.
Cufant!
Yeah.
Cufant.
Oh,
yeah, it's Cufant.
My girlfriend's favorite animals are elephants, and I told her about Cufant and Caparaja, and she like lost her shit immediately.
They're so good. Okay, like the best heavy slam in the game.
Really good
Truly
shit.
big boy hours.
Mm-hmm. What type are those guys again?
Steel.
Pure steel.
I love that.
Steel a good type.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, Steph, that there's a lot of new type combinations. There's also just a lot of pure types out there now.
Yeah, the starters are pure type for the first time since 2nd gen.
Yeah, that's really
which is
cool.
nuts.
And by
that I mean like the only time since 2nd gen, because 1st gen didn't have pure types either, just Blastoise.
True. The one I'm most excited about, because I've been saying I want this type combination for ages, is they finally have a Dragon Ghost, because before it was just Giratina, so now there's finally that. Oh my god, Dragapult is so good.
There's a dragon who has a jet for a face that shoots his children at you, and I've never loved anything more in my life.
I'm so excited.
Good.
Yeah,
it's like we were talking about what would be funny for Kramit to shoot out, and the same thing applies to Dragapult. What could you load up into those launchers?
Your own children.
I mean, that's a thing with Rhyperior's Dex entries talk about him just shoving Geodudes into his hands and like blasting them at people.
Cannons.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's really good. I love it. I love to hear it.
It's so goofy. It's so absolutely goofy. Like probably one of my favorite pseudos in ages.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
This feels like the opening to a Gundam show where this is supposed to be like. So, okay, the opening to this video game is a big battle happening in a stadium, and it ends with a Charizard getting Dynamaxed in a way that looks like it's supposed to be portrayed as an evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, is it the Gigantamax one that's like all flames for face and stuff?
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely. I think he just kind of looks like that.
No, I know, but like if this were a Gundam show, they would be setting this up as like the evil, like horrific state of the world. But no, this is just like a cool thing.
Yeah,
Charizard just has resting bitch face.
Yeah, Charizard has resting villain energy.
Yeah,
it's true.
And also like back when in Gen 6 when Mega Evolutions, like that was always portrayed in the game as a really good, cool thing. But you look at like every single entry for the Mega Evolution, it's like, oh, this sucks. The Pokemon does not like to do this, and it's in pain all the time thanks to you.
It's a sin against nature. Fuck you for doing this.
Your Lucario is stronger, but now at what cost?
Hang on, is my friend's named Hop?
His name
is Hop. That's me. Just so you know.
His name is Matt.
They put Matt in the game twice because they put Hop in, and then they put Gigantamax Garbodor in, who has a train in his asshole. So you ride a train to go into the dump's dump.
I thought it was dumps like a truck, not dumps like a train.
Oh. He's got dumps like a train.
And yes, Matt also has a train in his butt. So like it's exactly him.
Something that I've forgotten to mention on the last 2 episodes, that I feel the need to mention right now so I don't forget. Our cats are named Looker and Nanu after Looker and Nanu from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now it's said, and I don't have to yell at myself for forgetting to, we have cats named after Pokemon characters who are gay and in love.
They are gay and in love. Palisades.
Okay, this passes my first test for a good Pokemon game where you can look at items and they actually give you like little information about like the world instead of just like, you know, there's a console hooked up to it. You look at your TV and it's like, oh, this is the TV where mom watches her comedy dramas on.
Yeah.
Like
they finally got environmental storytelling.
It's the very thing, good, like
you haven't been able to interact with the environment much in like any of the 3DS games. Like you used to be able to interact with every single garbage can.
Okay, this is good.
I still try to.
Do you remember in Black and White 2, they tried having achievements in game, and it was like if you search the one garbage can in the new like Water City, the old lady there was like, "What are you doing?" And you get for that.
Yeah.
Because literally no other trash can had any item in it, and then you find one, and it's like, why?
You'd get an achievement for checking all the garbage cans in general too.
Yeah,
I loved those achievements; they were so fun.
Canonically, your mom has a Munchlax to act as a garbage disposal.
Oh my god!
Fuck yeah, dude!
Oh my god!
I also heard that this is the first game that your mom will actually try to match, like the mom will match your skin tone if you make yourself dark.
That's true.
Thank you,
which is nice. I mean,
right now.
I'm a non-white person with a very white mom, so it worked for me before. But, you know, for everyone else.
I mean, what is this, Mr. Robot? Yeah, that's really cool. I'm really excited about the character customization in this game. Like, the amount of things you can do with your hair and your outfits. Like, it was cool in Gen 6, and it was exciting, but, like, it was pretty limited. And so one thing I complain about a lot in video games is, since I have red hair, I always want to give my player character red hair, and a lot of Japanese video games don't know how to make red hair that actually looks like the color of hair people have. Mm-hmm. Animal Crossing does it okay. Pokemon does it so bad. It's like wine red. It's not like copper red or anything like that. And they have so many hair colors this time, so many hairstyles, and I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm so excited.
I'm making my hair purple.
Yeah.
What if it was
I'm
purple?
interested to see if they can do. This is something that like Austin has written about a lot, and other black writers have written about if they can do good black hair.
Oh yeah, that's something they've never done.
Yeah,
I mean, like this is a thing. Like if you hear from like Americans or Westerners who move to Japan, they have to learn to do their own hair, just because that type of hair is so completely something that they don't have to deal with over there.
So I can see that happening.
I'm interested to see if that's portrayed because the last New Leaf did that okay, from what I understand. So I'm interested to see if that's going to be something that they bring to other franchises or not. By the way, it's like literally 2 steps from your front door until you see your first Wooloo, in case you were wondering what the mascot Pokemon is.
Oh,
right out the gate.
Wooloo. Apparently Wooloo doesn't look, which just seems like a big oversight.
That's weird. Have you found the technology is amazing guy yet?
Yeah, that's like the first priority. We have to find the technology is amazing guy.
I'm going to find... I promise you, I will cut into whatever conversation is happening.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very important that we know this.
So aside from Hidden Power, some other moves that were lost include Return. He's there already.
Yep. And a quote, "The power of science is amazing. Now you can battle and trade Pokemon with other people just by walking around. Isn't that super amazing?"
It is.
It is. You're right.
Yes.
Other moves that were cut include Return, Frustration, Pursuit, and Signal Beam. These are the only moves that I'm even slightly mad about. Every other move is fine.
So Signal Beam sucks because a lot of things get it for coverage.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fucking Rip to Jolteon, I guess.
Right?
Jolteon, Ampharos has it.
Espeon.
The thing about Jolteon is that he lost his only 2 coverage moves. He only has electric moves otherwise.
Yeah. Pursuit, I'm kind of fine with because there's already so many good dark moves that it's like, eh.
The thing about Pursuit is that it's a lot of moves were cut just for like limited distribution, like redundancy. Pursuit and Hidden Power seem like ones that were cut explicitly to make like a competitive choice because Pursuit
it was the right choice.
Yeah, Pursuit just made it worse if you were weak to it.
Like Psychic types move like Pursuit, really.
Yeah, like Psychic and Ghost types have been oppressed since Generation 2 because of Pursuit.
Yeah, well, Psychic types deserve it, but Ghost types certainly don't. So I'm happy to.
Can I say my wild theory for the Hidden Power cut? By the way,
Mm-hmm.
I think the prevalence of Ice types in this gen and the removal of Hidden Power is an attempt to get Fire relevant in competitive again.
I could see that. I could also just see a lot of things relying on Hidden Power Ice coverage for things that are 4 times Ice Weak. Basically made it so that Ice types were less necessary. And now that there's way less things with ice coverage, just by virtue of Hidden Power not existing, it just in itself makes ice types more viable themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think is really cool, especially because one of my favorites of this gen is Flapple.
And I'm like, well, fuck you if you have Hidden Power Ice. I feel like there's a lot of things
called Flapple Bird.
What if it's called Flapple Bird?
What if it was? I call it Flapple Ball.
My favorite thing about fucking Flapple is that it's small. It is just apple sized.
It's really
I love it shiny that just turns into a Granny Smith apple.
Yes, it's so good.
It's like the lowest hanging fruit, and they still got it.
There's some really inspired shiny choices. Some of them are less, but like
Wooloo is a black sheep, which is what everyone expected and wanted. So I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Purloin confirmed.
Yeah, Ice Cube is pink, which is
Purloin?
incredible.
Yep.
Is it still standing?
Yes.
I hate that it stands.
No, thank you.
Put it on 4 legs. Sit down.
Sit the fuck down.
Cat. Give yourself a rest.
Don't be mean to Garfield.
Mondays, am I right? I'm looking through the list of cut moves, and like a pattern I'm noticing is a lot of the moves are like multi-hit moves that aren't really the ones that you see people use.
All the normal type ones.
Yeah, all the normal type ones. Dragon Rage is cut out. I don't know if Nightshade also is, like the other like level based moves. One thing I am a little bit on is cutting Barrier. Like
it was like it and Iron Defense did the same thing, but like Iron Defense doesn't flavor wise fit on a lot of things.
Yeah,
it's like I don't really like the idea of getting rid of any boost reason because a lot of them have very specific flavor to them.
Mm-hmm.
On the 2 hand though, Nasty Plot is a teachable move, and Gengar gets.
Yeah, goodbye.
Gengar's back to OU, baby.
They gave pretty much every single dragon dance, didn't they?
Yep.
Eat
shit, Garchomp.
Oh my god.
Which single move would you cut to completely revamp competitive at this point?
Stealth Rock.
Yeah.
That would be big.
Can you imagine Gen 9 no hazards?
Okay, but can we talk about one change they made, which is like kind of like that because they fucking buffed the shit out of Rapid Spin.
Oh my god.
So now its base power is like 50 and it boosts your speed when you use it.
Excadrill's gonna be fucked in this meta.
Yeah.
It's like, bonkers.
Every time I think about it, I just picture Mr. Mime sticking his hands out and just doing a lariat and get all those spikes out the way.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, Stealth Rock I would either remove entirely or cut its effectiveness in half so it tops out at 25%.
Yeah.
The ability to do 50% doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you just explicitly target a whole like swath of types?
Yeah.
It just seems like a bad choice.
Yeah.
I would cut Baton Pass because I want to see the community completely implode.
I mean, like Baton Pass has been like banned from Smogon for the last 2 generations anyway.
Yeah, and it's been banned in our Pokemon League that we do competitive draft battles in. And it's been cut for that the whole time. No. Like, God, I would just hate to have to prep for that. I mean,
I use Baton Pass, but just with no boosts. Because you're not allowed to pass boosts and you're not allowed to pass substitute is the rule in our league.
You can just use it for slow switches. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which Teleport is now the ultimate slow switch move. It keeps its Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee effect of just being a -6 switching move.
Yeah, all the changes they were making to all these moves, it really, I don't know, it kind of gives me hope that they're actually, I know they're never going to, make regular balance patches, but the fact that they're making so many relatively big changes gives me hope that they're going to be more open in the future to making these changes continuously.
Yeah, what one thing that's super weird is just like they did all of that and then they made their legendaries completely unbalanced.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about how Zacian just owns Zamazenta's ass 100% of the time.
Zacian is truly the favorite sibling of the two.
That's because it's the one that looks cute and has a sword. This is like half the reason why I'm getting sword, because I love Zacian so much.
Fail sons need representation too.
But yeah, okay, Zacian has 170 base attack, has an ability that raises its attack by 1 when it switches in, and it has 145 speed.
Shit.
Bye, bitch.
That's
I think when I get Zamazenta, I'm just gonna name it Jeb.
Or like Don Jr.
Zamazenta is truly Jeb.
Pokemon Jeb and Pokemon George. The 2 versions.
Oh, this is
Pokemon
cute.
Chad and Pokemon Incel.
They're doing a quick little intro of all 3 starters, and they go off to different parts of the yard and hang out.
I hear that Sobble likes to do it to him.
Sobble does like to do it to him. Sobble's also a bit of a dickhead because Sobble just decided to do Water Gun at Score Bunny for no reason.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I think it's because he hasn't realized that My Chemical Romance is back yet. He won't until he hits like 16.
Yeah.
That's why he's so rude.
He'll get better.
Yeah.
Corviknight is on tour with My Chemical Romance opening.
Oh,
Hell yeah. God, Corviknight's so good. Remember how Game Freak refused to make pure flying types until Gen 5 when they made Tornadus, and then they just decided to make the regional birds in Gen 8 pure flying? And
Never say to me the words Tornadus.
Yeah, no.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. They brought back almost all the Gen 5 legendaries except for the genies. I'm so
glad. Landorus is an ugly goon and I want to squash his face.
Yeah. Exactly.
Quote Andre the Giant.
He is though. I'm so tired of seeing them, and I'm so tired of seeing them in League. They just deserve to die. I know that like a lot of things are already banned in our. We're never going to see Primal Groudon in like a league, but I'm just so excited we're never going to have to see it in a fucking like competitive battle ever again for like the foreseeable future.
For a couple of years at the very least.
For a couple of years.
Get these big stinky men out of here.
I hate them.
Which of these friends am I picking here, folks?
I mean, between Matt, Steph, and I, we each have different starters that we're going to pick.
Yeah, we're not really helpful on that front.
I'm the
That's
smartest
fine.
one because I'm a girl and I say Score Bunny.
Okay, which one is funniest for Weedlord Vegeta to pick?
I would love to see
I feel like a grass type inherently is
What if
win that.
but Intellion smokes.
What if Rillaboom's hair was just a big weed plant?
What if Rillaboom smoked weed?
What if he was Rillabon?
Oh!
Okay, you've made the decision for me. I'm picking the one I never expected to pick, so I have the monkey now. I only have
What about
12
Winston?
characters, but I think I can fit in
Winston
minus the
Launch.
A. His name is Fernie Sanders.
Okay,
I love
okay.
it.
I like
That's
it.
so good. Do you guys tend to do nickname play?
No.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm doing a nickname theme, but I don't know what yet.
I nickname Pokemon that I take to the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is you
have to earn the
can
name.
this is a relatively recent development. You can nickname your Pokemon at any given Pokemon.
Love it.
That
Love it.
dog bless. I feel like when
And
I
you
was-
could nickname a Pokemon that was traded to you without a nickname.
that
Mhm.
that was truly like eye opening for me. I was so happy. I
It's
don't
so
have to
good.
like. I don't have to like when we trade within Draft League to get version exclusive. I don't have to say, "Can you name them this before you trade it to me?" Just like it's so much easier now.
It's so good.
hmm
And yeah, now we're going to be doing a lot of
This might
trading.
actually be the canon pick because the champion takes the remaining Pokemon to hang out with his Charizard, and Score Bunny seems like the right choice for that. Honestly,
Yeah, no, they seem like they're bros.
They're
Yeah.
bros. Leon is such a bro.
God, there's I
hate
can't
to
wait
look at
for
Leon. I'm sorry, I hate to look at Leon.
He's a himbo.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Who's the name of the dragon leader again? The one that's like
is
is it Raihan?
Raihan? Yeah.
Okay, I love all of like Golurk's drawings of Raihan just posting on Instagram taunting Leon.
It's really good.
I'm so excited for him to posting these regularly now that the game's out and it's not like a pre-release spoiler anymore.
Yeah.
So my favorite gym leader in the games is Mr., which is sad because I'm getting Sword. But I do gotta say, and I've said this a few times already, but the fire gym leader is Daddy.
You mean Kabu?
Yes, Kabu is Daddy.
Kabu is Daddy.
And like, I'm sorry that I have to say that in public, but it's true. It's just the truth. I'm just saying what everyone knows.
No, yeah,
Hey, Max, you want to start talking about Melanie?
Matt, Melody's my favorite gym leader of this generation. Don't think about why. I just like to see her.
Yeah.
Max likes the MILF energy. Let's be honest.
It's fine.
You're right, and you should say it.
The thing is, she's good.
They haven't
you every
given
day,
us a
Leonora.
MILF character since Drasna in Gen 6, so it was about time.
Yeah.
Drosna's a gilf, not a MILF.
So they skipped one season or one.
Well, hey, if we're talking about gilfs, we got Opal.
She looks like she just walked out of a Ghibli movie.
She looks like she smells like 10 different kinds of perfume.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Uh-huh.
She looks like she walks around with my Nana at the mall every morning.
I mean, Lusamine has absolute MILF energy. She's literally a mom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what you're talking
Sumo
about.
is chock-a-block full of MILF energy, for sure.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of MILFs in that one.
Yeah. Remember Mon? That poor man.
Yeah, he just,
Like the most troubling implications of the entire series.
he just got locked on an island and you quest with him and then they never find him.
It's fine.
Never find him.
It's fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's normal.
Pokemon loves to leave just like perfect, completely open-ended narrative like that, where like a problem that you think should be solved by the end of your story is just not.
Yeah, it's like, and for the most part, I'm okay with it just because that one specific situation is extremely funny in a fucked up way to think about.
He's just right there. It's within the islands.
He's just living on beans, baby.
The thing is, he doesn't seem to want to leave. So, like,
He's happy with his beans.
He's literally just that episode of Breaking Bad where Walt pretends to have a fugue state.
He's just thinking about
He just hated his kids that much.
He's just thinking about those beans.
He's just thinking about those beans.
I can't believe he hates his kids more than Lusamine does.
Yeah, that's a really high bar.
It's crazy.
Here's my question. Is Lusamine the most child-hating parent in the series, or is it Giovanni?
Oh, Giovanni for sure.
I think it's Norman.
Oh, that's good.
Norman
That's
hates
good.
Brendan. I think he's just like indifferent.
He's just a
to
shitty dad.
existence.
I mean, I would hate Brendan if he was my son.
Me too.
Can we talk about Phalanx for a second?
Oh, I would love to talk about Phalanx.
He is just
Minions.
a little baby.
He's minions.
And by that I mean he's several babies.
I mean, he's basically Wiggler,
He does
Whoa.
look just like Wiggler.
except he's not even a bug type.
I was certain that he was a bug when I saw him because I didn't see, like his separated form. I just saw the whole thing. I was like, oh, that's a big old caterpillar.
Yeah, and his height is listed as 9'10". And I really like to imagine that that's vertical and not length.
Just like in
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really feel like the height thing is such an overcorrection. Every
Pokemon has
is
never
like-
been good at reasonable heights and weights.
No.
They have to revamp the entire thing.
They have
Every
to, one,
Pokemon is
revamp the
like-
entire thing, and two,
Yeah.
they need to specify whether it's height or length.
Yeah. Like
That
you're ta-
you just say height or length. They're two different words that mean different things.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because they say that Scolipede is like the tallest bug, but like it's the longest bug.
yeah.
It's not because it stands up though, but Buzzwole is taller than it if it's next to Scolipede.
Yeah, it stands up on like half its body.
Yeah.
I
It's
really
like
don't
you're
want
telling
them
me
to
that I'm
revamp-
a full 3.5 inches taller than Charizard? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I really
no.
don't want them to revamp the heights because I'm such a huge fan of how many short kings there are in Pokemon.
Me too. Like,
Oh yeah, no, you can't make Nidoking tall.
like King and
Nidoking's a
Poleon,
Matlock.
we're like the same height. Same height as him. Fucking rule.
I love
I do like that while not being a bug, Phalanx does learn several bug moves.
That is good. First impression.
Right.
First
Yeah.
impression and Megahorn.
Yeah. That's good.
And yeah, no,
Oh,
like
it's a
just
good move.
coverage in general seems to be spread around a lot. Like a lot of things got new fighting coverage this game. Like a ton of things learned close combat now that didn't before. And then of
Mhm.
course there's body press. The move that increases with the power of your defense is a fighting type move and is not learned by the fighting type legendary who has 170 base defense.
It's really funny as someone who's picking sword. But like, okay, I think one thing that I'm a little bit choked up about is the fact that they made Avalanche a TM, but then they cut Piplup from the game, because one of my biggest problems is that I had Empoleon in our draft league once, and so one of its abilities is Defiant, and then you cannot have Defiant and Avalanche at the same time because Avalanche was locked to Gen 4 and Defiant's its hidden ability, and now you can't have Defiant, Avalanche, and Empoleon because he's not in Gen 8. But Avalanche is like a TM, so it's like...
But it does just remind me about how many like move incompatibility fixed this gen.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can put a Pokemon in a daycare with a Pokemon of the same species, and it will learn egg moves from the other Pokemon.
Maybe my favorite quality.
That is
life
such a
chains.
fucking good feature.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, folks, Squovit's a little bastard, and I love him already.
I'm gonna catch a Squovit and name it Peter Griffin, and then put it in my box for the rest of its life.
I love how much you hate it.
I actually, it is one of the ones I actively dislike, which is very few of the new Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. I actively
love
dislike
this little fucker.
I think only 3 Pokemon I would say I don't like to see, and it's Squovit, Greedon, and Obstagoon.
I do like that line. They get a move that consumes your berry and raises defense, and then it has an ability that heals HP when you consume a berry, and then the berry itself could also heal you. So you could get 3 effects from the same berry by using a move, which is nuts.
Does Galarian Linoon still get Belly Drum?
It does not get Belly Drum or Extreme Speed.
Okay.
Which is, it sucks.
Oh, so so it's not good anymore. Oh,
That's fine. I actually think Obstagoon is okay. Like, I'm not going to use it, but I think the design is fine. My least favorite new design of this generation is the first form of the bug line.
Blip Bug?
Yeah, and I really like the other 2 forms. Like, I really like the middle.
Why is it so tall?
The final evolution.
It looks like a Mario Galaxy enemy.
Yeah, I don't get why its eyes are so tall. I want to take an MS and just like scale it down to like 66% of its height.
To me, it looks like it was designed for N64 graphics. Like that's like it looks so polygonal that it looks.
It's a fucking Steve Mails character. It's cut from Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, like literally it is. And it's fine because it evolves into such a good Pokemon that I'm like, that's
our first bug psychic, baby.
Yeah, that's really good.
No,
yeah.
When I look at Dottler, I think of Miracle Matter from Kirby 64.
I like Obstagoon because I think they're putting on really good work in the independent circuit. They're going to get a call up to AEW any day.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about type combinations for a second, because this is something I'm constantly obsessed with as someone who's like always around like the Fakemon community.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
New type combinations from this generation. We have Electric Poison for Toxel and Toxtricity.
Yeah.
So Shitty Diaper Baby and the Horny Lizard.
And the horny electric lizard with guitar moves.
You know what? I really like Toxtricity, even if he's like definitely too horny, but he's still a really good design.
I mean, he's literally horny. He's covered in spikes.
You're right.
I think it's the way he carries himself, how he just kind of has that like sort of slouch, like head leaned back looking.
He's got like a swagger.
Yeah. I like the underbite too. Just real goblin energy.
Yeah. He looks like a rock star.
I do like that he evolves based on his nature.
That's a very, I always appreciate, I'm one of the people who like thought it was just like legitimately cool the way Inkay evolves. Like I like weird evolution methods like that.
I mean, I hate that and I disagree with you completely, but go on.
Well, I only like it because I knew about it beforehand.
We're doing this, huh? We're doing this, huh?
But yeah, no, evolving by nature is such a fun idea, even though I believe.
Hey, y'all want some spoilers?
Ooh.
I'm fighting a legendary right now.
Already?
I'm fighting an unwinnable boss fight in a Pokemon game.
Sure.
The game has changed.
Is it against the Eternatus that has like base stats of like 1200?
1125.
No, I am fighting a move with a Pokemon with 3 question marks above it and a level question mark.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Right. That's really.
Is it a legendary or is it just? Are you just in the wild area?
No. This is like an opening story event is what's happening.
Oh,
right
interesting.
Now.
That's neat.
I've gone to go save a Wooloo and went into a forest what has fog in it, and then the like baby dog showed up, and
I hate when that happens to me.
I'm doing.
I mean, I love when I'm in a forest. Baby dog can't relate.
Uh-huh.
We got an electric dark.
We don't have any effect. Okay.
Nice.
Right.
You have an electric dark type for the first time in Morpeko.
I always thought it was more Pekka.
Why wasn't Manectric electric dark?
Why wasn't Shink's line electric
Oh my
dark?
god.
Mhm,
Yeah.
true.
Didn't they change Shinx to be electric dark? It was either in Prism or in Sacred Gold and Storm Silver where they
It would have been
changed
Sacred
the
Gold and
electric dark.
Storm Silver because they didn't change any types in Prism unless they were changing to a new type.
Okay, like how Coughing's a gas type. Okay.
Like how Coughing's a gas type, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, like electric dark is just it makes so much sense just looking at them.
Yeah, exactly. And like Morpeko changes he changes forms between his regular and his hangry just every other turn.
I love hangry mode.
It's so good.
They really went off when they were coming up with names of the forms. Like there's so many Pokemon in this gen who have 2 forms to them, like the legendaries, Morpeko, Ice-Q. There's so many. Obviously Darmanitan.
I like how Morpeko's forms don't have any actual difference between them other than the fact that Aura Wheel is a different type.
Yeah.
It's good.
We have our Ice Bugs, as mentioned before, Snom, and Frostmoth, who is literally just Ice Volcarona.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Rip Volcarona. One of the few things that got cut that I was, I'm saluting you. Like Semper Funny.
Yeah,
Volcarona.
Semper Funny 07.
Yeah.
Every bug that gets cut hurts my soul a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Zenmode Galarian Darmanitan is Fire Ice.
That's so I love it. It's a snowman.
And it's the first, like, unlike the Zen mode that was for regular Darmanitan, it's actually useful because it doesn't lose all its speed.
Mhm.
So, like, it keeps, like, the thing with Zen mode Darmanitan that didn't make any sense is that, like, you had to, if you had to spec it for one form or the other, or else it was unusable.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, like, it's still a physical attacker and it's still fast. It just has the ability to use Fire Stab now.
Yeah, I like to see it.
How do you feel about Impidim's evolutions?
Love it.
Terrifying, so scary.
Okay.
Absolute gremlins!
Impidimp is my least favorite of the, and I love Impidimp, so I am so excited. This is guaranteed going to be on my team. Morgrim is literally perfect.
So good.
Now,
So
I know we've said that there's another Pokemon that's the Minions Pokemon, but Impidimp is the minion, right?
Impidim's also a minion.
Impidimp,
He's a minion, but not like a minion TM.
Yeah, I mean,
He seems like he's the underling of a villain,
Let
but
me
he's not a
correct myself.
minion TM.
Impidimp is the Rabid.
Oh.
Yeah.
the thing about Impidimp is we don't have to think about like what he would have done during World War II. We know he didn't work Hitler like the minions would have. So like he's good.
Yeah, the minions who would have canonically worked. This is true. And yeah,
I mean, this is set in fake Britain. We don't know what they were.
I do like the idea that the reason that there are so many is just because Britain's too racist to allow them in.
I mean, if that's what
The
racism
famous-
meant, then like Landorus not being included, like I don't know. Like,
They'd
Impossible
elect
to say.
Landorus would be in the House of Lords.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The famous British dish of curry.
Yeah.
yeah.
That said, I do love that there is curry shops fucking everywhere in
Yeah,
England
that's
because
really
Yeah.
for me, a person who would eat curry every day of his life.
Yeah,
Right.
it's very good to
There's
me.
like what 100 different types of curry recipes you can make in the game.
They don't say what the meat is.
Well, I feel like that's in like the design Bible that like there's meat in the world, but under like penalty of death, you cannot say it comes from a Pokemon.
Like, unless you're referring to like Gen 1 Dex entries.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. It's like one of my best ideas, which is definitely like a really common idea, is like fan game where the enemy team is just like a bunch of gourmets who just want to like capture a legendary Pokemon and eat it to find out what would a Rayquaza taste like.
Oh my god.
Like
That's
it's very,
actually really
very, it's very dark and will never happen. Like I feel like I kind of wouldn't want it to happen even in a fan game because that's like a level of edginess that people don't really work with. And fan games can be edgy, but like, what would Rayquaza taste like though?
What would Rayquaza taste like? I
mean,
refuse
like,
to say it the proper way.
Right.
Content warning for food. Obviously, have y'all ever eaten alligator?
I have
haven't.
actually.
I have, yeah.
It tastes like chicken, unironically.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just
Yeah.
it's fine. I've only ever had it in like a gator gumbo type thing with gator.
I mean, I do love a gumbo.
It's good.
Rayquaza on a stick at the local state fair. You know?
Yeah, same here.
That's a long fucking stick.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those spiral potatoes.
Yeah.
Aw, that sounds so cute. I want someone to draw
I
it
feel
now.
like Rayquaza bone.
No, he's completely boneless.
Okay.
You see how wiggly he is?
I gotta
That's
consult
quality.
Rebecca on this one. But Yeah, he is wiggly. There's some wigglers this generation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think Clobopus and Grappaloct aren't wiggly in the traditional sense, but more in that they have many appendages what can wiggle.
Do we have any wrestling fans on this podcast right now?
I am aware enough of wrestling that I might know what you're talking about.
Cannot believe they made Zack Sabre Jr. a Pokemon. Incredible.
It's really good.
And I didn't realize until I saw the shiny form, but like the design on his face is kind of like a lucha mask.
Yeah.
And like it's
his shiny just looks like a man's. That's just a man's right there.
Like, I don't know, it's really cool. I thought it would be fighting in water, but I like the idea that it's just like a land octopus.
I also just like the idea that they don't necessarily make all their marine Pokemon water types.
Yeah.
Because that just leads to us having too many of them.
There's
already so many water types. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how Poltegeist might be busted?
Oh my god.
Poltegeist is so busted. I'm so excited.
Spill that tea.
I'm Little Miss Shell Smash bitch, and I am so excited to smash this shell. It is my baby. I loved it so much ever since it got announced. I'm so happy it's busted. The only reason I'm sad it could be busted is if it gets banned from Draft League.
I'm sorry to not be valid, but I'm looking at Yamper and I don't like
it's fine.
Yamper's like okay. I feel like he could be a lot better.
He would be better if I liked his evolution better.
There's that, and there's the fact that they did not give him a snoot.
They didn't give a snoot, and his ability is kind of boring. It's just like it picks up Pokeballs.
He also gets stakeout, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I can just scroll up to Yamper. I have the Pokedex open right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Yamper's butt. Yamper's butt is
yes,
good.
he does have a heart butt. Oh, never. He is ball fetched and rattled.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
If you hit him with a bug move, he gets faster.
There's some good abilities this gen. I really like that Cinderace gets basically Protean, but named different.
They truly did Inteleon dirty with how, like, what abilities they gave. Rillaboom gets Grassy Terrain, Cinderace gets Protean 2, and Inteleon gets Sniper. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they really did him dirty. Cinderace is clearly the favorite child.
Cinderace gets a move, Court Change, that swaps hazards.
I never saw if anyone like confirmed exactly what it does, but yeah,
I thought that, okay, that's just going off of what I remember reading.
I'm fairly certain that's what it's going to be, but I don't know the details of it yet.
Hey, which is the Pokemon whose hidden ability is the one that gives them stab whenever they attack?
That's Protean and also whatever Cinderace is.
Libero.
Yeah. Libero. Yeah.
Libero.
It's almost my name.
Matt Libero.
Matt Libero.
One of the things, while like I feel like compared especially to Gen 7, I'm kind of like lukewarm to fine with like the new starters, but the amount of personality that they have in all their animations is unreal.
Yeah, they put a lot of they were talking about that a lot in the interview. They really give them different personalities this time around because like previously they hadn't put much into that.
I mean, they do it in the anime. They always give
of course.
The anime
personalities in the anime. Yeah,
so good.
Can I read a single sentence from one of the many stacks of books that are in this lab?
World building.
Absolutely.
The title of this book is "On the Gigantification of Pokemon."
That sounds horny.
Yeah.
While the general principle holds that Pokemon grow stronger and larger by evolving, it is also simply making oneself appear larger is another rival strategy with merit.
Hey, when you think about it, the bigger you are, the larger you are.
That is a really good point. That sounds logical.
I need to talk about something. I just opened Cramorant's Dex entry on Cerebi, and the different forms, like the different Pokemon it has in its mouth, have different names. First of all, there's Cramorant, there's Gulping form, which is when he has a fish, and then there's Gorging form, which is when he has a Pikachu.
He looks really...
Folks, when I'm Gorging form?
Here's the Dex entry. This Cramorant has accidentally gotten a Pikachu lodged in its gullet. Cramorant is choking a little, but it isn't really bothered. The half-swallowed Pikachu is so startled that it isn't struggling yet, but it's still looking for a chance to strike back.
Oh my god. Hey, did y'all know that Cersei was Gorging form?
I can't believe that Cersei was Dexit.
Oh my god.
Do we know...
I can't believe that Cersei was Poltegeist.
Do we know which of the Barracudas Cramorant gets in its mouth? If it's Arrokuda or Barrascuda?
It's Arrokuda, so the smaller one.
Right. Okay.
It says it in the dex entries.
I love their stupid little curly smile mouths. They're so
I also love that they weren't announced. This is clearly a new fish Pokemon, but they just didn't tell us what it was. Just like how they didn't announce Impidimp.
Yeah, it's good.
Impidimp was just there for months.
He was just a little bastard showing up.
Yeah, they didn't even announce him during the Galarian Ponyta reveal. It's really
He was just there to fog up the camera.
So
some
funny.
really cute new names. Like I think Barrascuda is a really cute name. I also love that there's Sandula Sandaconda.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just
Welcome to my very own show.
yeah.
The names in this gen are like once again at the top of their game, like Pincurchin.
Pincurchin's good.
Yeah. Runerigus.
Runerigus is fucking good.
Mhm.
I'm mad
cool looking.
that they didn't make him Ghost Rock just because they haven't made a Ghost Rock yet and they keep missing the chance to do it.
He's literally made of rocks. It doesn't make sense to me.
They just made him ground instead. I don't get it. We have a ground ghost already.
I always think that Golurk is Ghost Rock, but
he's Ghost Ground.
Yeah.
It's ground.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the more we talk about this, the more I'm getting on board. The ground and rock should be the same.
We might have to agree with Brooks on this one.
Look,
I think we might have
there's
to.
a lot of controversial opinions that Brooks has that I disagree with, but I do gotta say that I agree with him on this one. He posted a take like a day ago that was like, this is the first time that we've had a good middle fire starter ever, I think.
Oh,
he
extremely
said.
wrong.
Okay, let's run through this one by one. Charmeleon, moody teen, he's fine.
I don't like Charmeleon. I think
Perfect.
what he meant.
Charmeleon-
I love
I think
Charmeleon.
what he meant was that the middle was better than the other two. I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
And he's wrong because Braixen exists.
Yeah.
And Quilava exists as well. Yeah.
I like Cyndaquil more than Quilava, but Quilava's good.
Mm-hmm. Combuskin literally is shaped like a dick.
I hate it.
No,
I hate
thank
Combuskin.
you.
No, thank you.
Bad.
Monferno,
Bad.
it took me a second to even think of it.
Yeah, right.
It's bad.
But Monferno's still better than Infernape.
It is,
Yes,
but it's
yes.
worse than Jinx.
That's a low bar, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Pignite. Bad.
I was like,
Bad.
Grumpy? Is that his name? No.
He's chungy.
I really, really love Tepig, and then they just dropped. They didn't just drop the ball; they like drop kicked it, and
Yeah, they threw it off a
Really
cliff.
He should have been either Fire Dark or Fire Water, and they really go with like the whole
muddy.
like teapot kind of aesthetic that they have on it.
God, that-
Oh,
I
I
think
It is one of the only fire types that Scald.
Yeah, one of the best things about that line though is the Pokemon card art of the Tepig, the Pignite,
it's true.
and the,
It's true.
Mm.
It's true.
the Embor, like of it growing up with the family.
Yeah. That's really good art. I
That's
really do like
cute.
that art.
I would have
Like-
liked it if it was Fire Ground.
That reminds me, its signature of Heat Crash is like on a whole bunch of different Pokemon now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They gave it a good spread. And it's like new fire coverage for a lot of things that didn't have fire coverage before,
Yeah.
or where their only fire coverage was like Fire Punch.
Right. God, I'm so excited to see what the meta is going to end up like after this.
Yeah, no, it's all over the place. Like I'm really excited to see what it's like without him.
They truly did shake the boggle board on us.
Yeah,
Yeah, they pulled the rug right out from under.
it's gonna be good. I'm super excited.
Can we talk
Remember when
about
John shook his aunt's boggle board, actually?
what's up? Can we talk about Choodle for a little bit?
Oh, he's cute.
Him have big head.
Uh-huh.
He has a
Choodle-
dumb looking head.
I look at Choodle and I think it's a Squirtle that had an allergic reaction to something.
Squirtle who swallowed a whole bunch of bees. Yeah.
Dreadnought is really one of my favorite looking things. It has such a like Gen 1 energy to it.
It does. It looks just like a grumpy little man.
It's just like it just has like that classic monster feel that I feel like they like. I'm not gonna like disparage newer generations. We all know my favorite Pokemon is Trubbish,
Right.
but like they have just a lot of good monsters in this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that I mean this is like
Oh,
not
that's
very like
smart.
a disputable thing, but like there's a lot more of like the non-humanoid ones this time around, I think. And that really helps
I
bring it
wish
back.
I
that
agree.
Colossal was a train.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
true.
Colossal might be one of my Colossal's definitely like one of my least favorites of the gen. Just
Like it's a cool monster with like an indiscriminate kind of kaiju form, but I wanted a train.
It's a Digimon. It's just a Digimon.
they
Yeah.
set it up so well. Like it's not as much of a ball trap as Gudra is.
I mean, he's not a Digimon. He doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, that's true.
But imagine if they gave him a gun.
No, he's a champion level Digimon.
What if they shook up the meta by giving Pokemon a gun, and that's how they changed the entire meta?
What if they just shook up the meta by just putting like the guy who's just like one Smash really bad, and they just put Agumon and Pokemon instead?
What if they just made a hidden power gun, and that replaced all the other hidden powers, and it's just super effective?
It was
against
always
Pokemon?
super effective. Yeah.
And did you know that they literally have this Tekken where you can have a functional gun that like you can shoot once per round, and it does no damage, but like
it's just there.
It's
Can we
just
talk
there.
about Cursula for a second?
Yes!
Cursor
Perish body.
I just want to deliver one report that I hadn't seen people talking about. The first time you pick up a new item, it flashes an explanation of what it actually does across the screen.
Oh, good.
That's neat.
Yeah, like
I
that's
hate to
great
pick up
for
an
new
item and I'm like, what the
players.
fuck is that? I'm never gonna.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have all the cross-gen evolutions next to each other in the Pokedex, which is neat.
That's good.
Obstagoon, Berserker, Cursula, Surfetched, Mr. Rhyme, and Runerigus.
Oh, I love Mr. Rhymes so much.
He looks more like he's an evolution of Mime Jr. than Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
He gets a little like stouter, a little shorter.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've been saying like these Pokemon look like men, but like Mr. Rhyme literally is a man.
Yeah, he's just a man.
I'm just sad that he lost Technician, though.
Yeah.
The Technician Icy Wind would have slapped, and also Technician Rapid Spin.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be busted.
But yeah, Cursula, let's say Cursula's okay. Galarian Corsola might be one of like the meta-defining Pokemon. Because its defenses are so good with Eviolite.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And so many less things get knockoff, because knockoff isn't a tutor in this game.
Yeah, thank
So
God.
only a couple of things get knockoff at all.
What I really appreciate it's and I didn't realize this at first. I didn't notice this until I saw like the shiny forms, that only the little like orb in the middle and the feet are solid. Like the actual like dead coral is transparent.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
that's
is
cool.
really rad.
It's climate change, the Pokemon. It's just bleached coral.
That's
It's
why
just-
its ability is Perish Body.
And also just like
Exactly.
another chance for them to do a rock ghost that they whiffed.
Yeah, honestly, I have no
Yeah.
idea how that.
How are they going to whiff this many fucking times?
Yeah.
At this point, they're
How
just
do you
talking
feel
us.
about Galarian Yamask?
Love it.
Oh,
He's cute.
Ostensibly the lore for Galarian Yamask will be much less dark than regular Yamask.
Yeah, it's not just a dead child. It's just it picked up some fucking root.
Yeah, it found a cool rock.
Are you sure? Because like the Egyptian Pokemon showing up in Britain is
Well,
There could be some history there.
Okay, we got the
Yeah.
colonialism.
Yeah, we already have Surfetched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like someone found this one in a tomb and just took it home, and now they're
Now they're everywhere.
Oh, and again, I think a Galarian form that we haven't talked about yet is Stunfisk of all things.
Yes.
They truly,
so good.
Game Freak truly said Gen 5 rights on this one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with between that and the
And then Darmanitan and Garbodor.
yeah, no, it's really good. I'm such a fan.
It's
One-
really
one-
good. I guess one thing that kind of relates to that is how much they kind of buffed how much things get terrains now.
Yeah,
Because
terrains are such
That's
a big
gonna
thing
rule.
now.
Yeah, that's gonna be so good this gen.
It's going to be weird though. Like the meta is going to develop out grassy terrain present because they're not going to release the hidden ability starters for a while.
Right.
But yeah, mimicry. I don't think they've like fully solidified how it works yet. It says changes the Pokemon's type based on the terrain, but like that's also how camouflage is described, and camouflage will change like based on like where you are. In
Yeah.
addition to changing your type based on terrain moves.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's just terrain moves, because otherwise
Yeah.
it never gets to make use of being a ground steel type, which slaps.
Mhm.
Right. And I love its design. It's literally just a bear trap for dumb people.
Yeah, it's got a
You see
little Pokeball
You
face on
see
his
a
mouth.
Pokeball, and then your arm gets chomped.
Shomp.
Which is really funny. Does Britain even have bears? Like, I don't know. Do they even need like?
Well, they have bear traps. I guess all the bears are gone.
Maybe it's just for the queen.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, she's
She's a parasite that roams the countryside.
Yeah.
a trap.
Yeah. I also like that it's shiny, makes it regular Stunfisk colors again.
Yes.
It's like brown and
They've done
yellow.
that with a lot of the forms.
Yeah, because like Muck was like that last.
Oh, I love.
And that's what it is with like the Galarian Weezing is the color of a shiny Weezing.
Yeah.
Oh, is
I feel
Poison
like
Fairy's
now
a
that I'm
type
thinking
combination
about
as well?
it, Obstagoon is definitely designed to look like a football hooligan, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
He also just looks like Kiss.
Yeah, like Kiss, like rugby Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
but like in the 90s, football hooligans used to dress like that. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
It was the 90s. People did what they want.
I would love to have the shiny of Obstagoon just so it's gay, because the shiny is like this really amazing bright pink it's one of my favorite new shinies is shiny Obstagoon and Zigzagoon and Linoon. It's just such a good color combination, and it deserves
That's
it.
one that doesn't match its original form's
No,
colors.
it doesn't. Yeah.
I really like the idea that they would that they could make like original region versions of these like evolutions later.
Yeah,
like a Hoenn Obstagoon. Like that's something they could totally do down the line.
They won't, but they could.
They won't, but they could.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, you were saying Poison Fairy is indeed a new type combination.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how much use Galarian Weezing will get. Like outside of Devils,
I also
you're
like
never gonna see it, but
it's the fact that it gets like other abilities that aren't levitate, and they also gave those abilities to regular. Usually, when things have levitate, they just don't get other abilities, which is why I'm consistently on that tip that levitate should be something innate, and they should have abilities on top of it.
Oh my god, you know what this just made me realize? That they should have made Galarian Bronze, and they didn't.
To be Big Ben?
To be Big Ben. To be Big Bong Ben. But like, I was just thinking of a Pokemon that gets also...
Yeah, but like, it's 7 Bong.
It's 7 Bong! They could have done that.
Real quick report, the Pokemon catching tutorial is unskippable.
I thought, what?
I thought they said it was.
Damn.
God damn.
We've been
They really... You know what? Game Freak lied. Folks,
hashtag Game Freak lied.
Hashtag Game Freak lied. This podcast is canceled. We are no longer Pokemon stands here.
No.
Hey, so speaking of Bong, I searched up like the list of Gen 8 Pokemon just to have them all offhand, and like for some reason, actual Wikipedia was the first thing that came up, not Bulbapedia, because it's like all leaks and they won't put them up yet.
Yeah. Cerebi has it up, so you can go there too.
Well, that's because he has the... So...
Yeah.
But for like the notes section of Weezing, the Galarian form of Weezing is adorned with smog resembling facial hair and a top hat-like smokestacks extending from the top of its 2 heads. Fans have likened its appearance to a bong, and that hyperlinks to the Bong Wikipedia article.
Thank God.
I mean,
Thank
the
you,
thing is, they're
Wikipedia
right.
editors.
We were at a con. We were at Fan Expo in Toronto, and there was a Galarian Weezing cosplay, and this was like a week after it had been announced. It was so good. It was incredible.
When we were down at NecoCon 2 weekends ago, there was a really good Galarian Weezing walking around.
So good.
I love to see it.
But yeah, that's Galarian Weezing and Darmanitan's Zen mode, that's Ice Fire, fall under what I consider like the stickler category, in that I don't count it as a true completion of these
It's not an original Pokemon.
No. So it goes on to that list.
Is Poison Dragon new?
Poison Dragon was used for the...
Naganadel and Poipole, right.
Those guys, and also, what's the sea dragon from 6th Gen called?
Dragouge?
Dragouge, yeah, he's Poison Dragon.
Yeah.
I always forget about Dragouge.
Sorry, I also had to post a very good wiki link since you just triggered something in my brain.
Hey, do y'all know the name of the type of music that they played at the cantina in Star Wars?
Oh, it's called Jizz music.
It's called Jizz.
Yeah.
It's called Jizz, yeah.
Thank you, George Lucas.
But yeah, starwars.fandom.com/wiki/legends.
I mean, every breast is a legend, so
jot that down.
God,
I guess we can work into like a wind down now. We've been talking for a good hour now, but like there's so much to discuss. I could go on forever.
Yeah.
TMs, there's 100 TMs and there's 100 TRs, which are essentially just like one-use TMs that replace move tutors.
100 TMs, 100 trick rooms.
100 trick rooms. And
trick room.
They removed Toxic as a TM. So few things get Toxic.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
They removed Roost, so nothing that isn't a bird gets Roost, basically. Defog isn't a tutor, so Defog's like much less available.
I mean, I guess they buffed Rapid Spin, so...
So like I'm okay with that kind of trade-off.
Yeah.
So like, they're really trying to shake up the meta. I'm interested to see if the game is going to reintroduce some of these moves as teachable.
Yeah.
Because like typically you've had to wait till like the second game in a generation to get move tutors, but they're here in the first one.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
I'm very interested to see how they structure the game because they seem to intend to structure this as a live game in a lot of ways.
Yeah, what with the Kphotix on Twitter, one of the dudes who's like the major
data miner
out there, said that there are over 1,000 recorded entries for raid battles.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Like, so they're like, I feel like they're setting this up to be like a much more like involved thing.
Well, it's like if it's anything like how raid battles work in Pokemon Go, like they could theoretically just set those up to just spawn whenever, forever. Yeah. And have them based on like a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
I love to look at Nickit, y'all.
It's really good design. I love it. Yeah, I keep thinking about like how this sets us up for Sinnoh remakes, because I just am constantly thinking about Sinnoh remakes because Gen 4 is
out of all the Pokemon that are in the extended version of the Dex, so like outside the Galar Dex but still programmed into the game, there are 0 Sinnoh legendaries.
Yeah.
It really makes you think.
There are legendaries from every other game.
It makes you shrimping think. And I am constantly thinking about it because I'm a slut for Sinnoh, so I'm real excited. But I'm just kind of thinking about like how this is gonna how they're gonna build off of what they've done in Sword and Shield for Sinnoh remakes, because those would obviously also be on the Switch. Mm-hmm. And Sinnoh just has such a different. I mean, one thing that I think about when I think of Sinnoh is the sheer amount of HMs you need to do anything, which is obviously something that's like a thing anymore.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem, the one thing that does seem to kind of rub me the wrong way about the way that the environment is set up in Sword and Shield is that like everything is either like very small rooms or the wild area, and there doesn't really seem to be much in the way of dungeons. And like I fucking love dungeons in Pokemon.
I don't love to be in a cave, which is kind of weird because Sinnoh is like my favorite. One of my favorite.
You have to go to Mount Cor.
Mount Cor.
And
I'm not a huge caves, but I do love like I love like a.
Like if everyone should play Pokemon Prism, but like one thing that's really good about Pokemon Prism is the dungeon design. Mm-hmm. Like there are just such good puzzles in them.
That's what I love.
And it's good shit. Just like getting around the dungeon and finding all the different Pokemon on all the different floors and finding all the items that you need to find.
Ice sliding puzzles are like chef kiss.
They're just so good.
Them. I love those. There needs to be more of those in Pokemon. You get like a good number and it's not enough for me.
One thing that saying Mount Coronet reminded me of is the fact that Pokemon that evolve via magnetism, of which only one of them is still in this game, and it's Vikavolt's line. They now evolve by Thunderstone.
Makes sense.
And Glaceon and Leafeon evolve with the Ice Stone and Leaf Stone now. They finally just stopped being cowards and just did it.
Did they cut Probopass from this game?
He's not in this game.
Okay, so you might have been right about the Dexit thing being just Brexit. It's just a racism thing. They're they're literally the most racist. They're racist.
Jinx isn't involved.
Jinx isn't here.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't like to see Jinx like at all. So
Jinx is easily my least favorite design to look at ever.
It's just like it's indefensible.
Here's my question. Do they do a regional variant of Jinx to make it less racist?
I think they're better off.
I think they would have done it already if they wanted to.
Yeah. They might just not want to touch it.
Like they tried back in Gen 1 to like make it skin purple, but like even then it's like, nah, no.
That's not the only problem with it.
It's like have you seen Jinx?
I don't feel like there's a way they could make a regional variant that's not, if they make it not racist, I don't see how they could also make it not sexist at the same time. There's just so
I've seen regional Jinxes that are based on like the Viking looking opera singer. And I feel like that's an aesthetic that kind of works for like the whole shape and everything that she's got going for her.
Yeah.
Just like the horns on the head and then singing and like a singing horn and like just
a Valkyrie kind of thing.
Like a Valkyrie kind of look.
That might be the only thing you could do for Jinx to make it like.
Meanwhile, I also saw an Alolan form that gave it like a coconut bikini. And I hated to see that.
The worst thing I've heard. That's, second to real Jinx.
Yeah, right.
Is Jinx just an Asari?
Like it's based off of like an old Ultraman character that was more of a Yeti.
I know from Ultramans, yeah, definitely. But like, I just think about like how Jinx is like monogendered in
yes, all female.
So it's just an Asari, basically. It's just a Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Mass Effect to confirm or deny this.
Same.
It's fine. That's good.
Yeah, no, they're right. Jinx is a sorry.
Okay. I can't believe Cersei was a sorry.
I can.
Cersei was Liara?
Cersei was
This
Rex.
is inscrutable to the people who are
Cersei
PGOT
was
listeners.
Rex.
Absolutely inscrutable podcast.
Cersei was Garrus, though.
Hey, I know that one.
Cersei was Garrus Vicarian. Oh man.
Yeah, no, like I'm all things considered pretty excited for this game. A little bummed at how bad their PR is, and a little bummed that we don't know more about Pokemon Home or like any of their possible plans.
It worries me that they're waiting to say anything about this until after games are out.
Because it's making me think that it's just going to be Bank 2.
Yeah, it's making me think that it's going to be like, you already bought the game, sucker. Have this like barely improved product now.
Peggle 2 voice Pokemon Ranch 2.
Okay, I'd be happy with that though. I want to see my little friends dance around.
I want to see low poly giant head versions.
Yeah, same.
Do you remember when Pokemon Rumble U came out and they sold little like mini gacha figurines of some Pokemon?
I do remember this. I never bought any of them.
I have a Darkrai somewhere in my.
Oh, that sounds so cute.
Just like little low poly Darkrai. I love to see him.
Aw, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've managed to exhaust many discussion topics. Does anyone have anything else they want to say?
Mr. Rhyme's objectively good design.
Yeah, you're correct.
You're right.
Lord Vegeta, how is the game so far?
I caught 5 Pokemon. I've caught everything available to me. I wish there was a Galarian Dragonite. Is my take.
I'm very surprised that they haven't done anything with Dragonite yet.
Yeah,
like no Alolan form, no Mega, no Dynamax, no.
I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am like the thing is, I'm bummed that there's Charizard.
We have so many fucking
There's too many Charizards. I do think it's
sick of this dude.
that Blastoise.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking sick of this dude.
Yeah, same. I do think it's funny though that Blastoise and Charizard both made it into the game, but Venusaur seems to not have made it.
No, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay. Okay. I thought it would be very funny if that was the one that didn't make it in.
Venusaur actually got some huge buffs this gen. He got Earth Power as a move he learns, and he gets Weather Ball like as a regular tutorable move and not just through events.
Because I guess now that there's no Megas, because like Mega Venusaur rips.
Mega
Weather Ball
was like
Weather
the
Ball's
most used
literally
Mega.
Yeah, Weather Ball's literally my favorite move.
Yeah.
So
it's very cool.
I'm very glad that it has huge distribution this gen.
Yeah. Despite how kind of annoyed I am that Charizard keeps getting like new forms, I am very excited that they're like, well, that with Venusaur, but also Blastoise. So obviously Rapid Spin has a buff, but Blastoise gets Shell Smash now.
And it gets Weather Ball.
Yes. So
you said
fuck
Weather Ball,
yeah.
and I'm just thinking about Gigantamax Cast Form.
What if they made Cast Form good?
What if Cast Form was good? Cast Form Mogon entry is like the saddest thing.
It's so mean.
Give Cast Form a Sand Form.
Yeah.
1, give Cast Form a Sand Form. 2, make it so that if it's holding one of the weather extending rocks, it automatically sets weather at the start of the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That's good.
These are the 2 things that it needs.
Give Cast Form a dark form that reduces everyone's attack by 1 stage.
Yeah, baby.
Mhm.
Just do a lot of things. Make Cast Form good.
Cast Form Knights.
Don't make Cast Form good. Make Cast Form annoying.
Yeah, well, that's all you really need sometimes.
In the Pokemon meta, good means annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's just what-
Wobbuffet in Gen 3.
That's just what utility
Oh, God.
annoying.
Wobbuffet in Gen 4, he was banned to Ubers.
God.
All right, so this has been the Elite Full Restore Sword and Shield Roundtable, fully unedited, uncensored. My name's Matt. You can find me on Twitter at MattGCN.
You can find me, I'm Stephanie, on Twitter at Oddish, and I also host a podcast on Noise Space called City Girls Make Do, about Sex in the City. So check that out.
It's a good podcast.
Thank you.
Good podcast. I'm Max. You can find me on Twitter at MaxVigilian, and I run a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast called Pod of Greed at Pod of Greed Cast on Twitter.
I like to hear it. I'm Dan. You can follow me on Twitter at Ansem_ebooks. I do a couple podcasts, but the one that's active right now is a show called Drag Me to Helheim, which is at Fruits Discourse on Twitter. It's about Kamen Rider Gaim, and you really hate to see it.
Love it.
You know what? I don't think I actually knew what your name was until just because I've just always referred to you as Weedlord Vegeta.
That's fair.
It's a good name, to be fair.
Yeah.
When we're off call, I'll tell you the origin story of the name. But
okay.
It's it was given to me as a dare, basically.
Oh, good.
It sounds like it worked out for you then.
Yeah, minus the whole thing where there's a YouTube video of Nick Robinson saying my has 300,000 views.
Oh no.
That's sad.
The mortifying ordeal of being known by Nick Robinson.
Yeah, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, it's not good.
Who?
Who?
God, I wish that were me.
I mean, yeah, I knew who it is, but
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. Everyone enjoy Sword and Shield. If you are a hater, then
Don't interact.
you can yell at me on Twitter. It's fine. I'll yell right back at you. I'm very glad to waste my time arguing online.
log off and have some chamomile tea.
Oh my god, people are acting like their fucking life is ruined by this game possibly being mediocre.
Please go outside once.
Please, people have war in their countries.
Yeah, Kim, people are dying.
People live in real Britain.
Couldn't be me.
That's the real burn. All right, thanks everyone, and Semper Funny.
Semper Funny.
Semper Funny.